Well guys, in my last video I showed you the Harbor Freight press I got to help me work on my Nissan Titan. That will help press my bearings back on this axle. I'm going to do this one first. This is the one I noticed the slack in. And I'm still waiting on parts, but I'm going to go ahead and jack it up. I'm going to pull my tire off. And I'm going to remove the bolts to the retaining ring that hold the axle in, and I might just see how tight it's in there. If it's in there pretty good, I'm going to wait. I have a slide hammer coming with the attachments to pull that axle out if it's in there snug, but I'll be that much ahead, and hopefully I won't have to spend all weekend working on it. So for now, I'm going to loosen the lug nuts, and then I'm going to jack it up. Okay guys, I've got my lug nuts all loose on my tire. And before I climb underneath there to jack it up and remove the tire, put my jacks down underneath there. We've been getting enough rain. It's been moist enough here that the mosquitoes are pretty bad. So I'm fixing to put me some of this on. Revive's Bug Away. This stuff works pretty good, and it's all natural. So I'm gonna smear some of this on me, and then I'll get back to it. Okay, I've got the tire off. I've got me a bucket to put all my spare parts in, lug nuts and such. I've got the truck on the jack and the jack stand. I'll lower it just a little bit so a little bit more up's on the jack stand. And now I need to take this brake caliper loose, and that's just going to be 2 bolts. So I'm fixing to get that done. Okay, this is a 10mm. I'm going to take this bolt out, and then there's one on the bottom that's got to come out to get this off. And let me point out, I do have my tires blocked so the truck won't move. But let's get this caliper removed. I've got these knocked loose. It hasn't been long I had these off because I put new pads on. And I'm just going to throw my bolts in my container here if I can get it unlocked, because it's not hard to tell where things go, and there's not going to be just a whole lot of parts to come off here. I got that one out. Just put it in the bucket here. Now on these, you're going to push this clip down, and then you'll push out. I may have to get a screwdriver to help me, or 2 hands. But that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to push this down to unclip it. The whole caliper will swing toward the front of the truck, and then it'll just pull off. You can see the groove here. It'll just pull up off that. Really easy to take them off. Okay, so I went and got me some really pretty cordage, and I'm just going to tie this to the spring here. Go down a little bit here. No big deal, ain't gonna be nothing fancy. The fact that you just hang there, it's fine. Now that's out of the way, and now this will just pull right off. See, it fell and that caught it, but that's fine. That's what it's there for. But I got these off. I need to clean these up a little bit. That'll be part of it. Before I get them all back in there, just give you an idea. Everything will be cleaned up before I put it back together. So set that aside. Now, it hasn't been long I replaced these emergency brake shoes. Still plenty there. There really ain't a whole lot to them. But I have access to this, and there should be 4 bolts and there are back here that I have to loosen. I'm going to put a little penetrating oil on them before I try to take them off. Now, a lot of people take this off, the emergency brake shoes will take them off, but I have read that you can get this out of here without taking them off, and if I can, I'm going to, because this is a pain in the butt to put on and off. So I'm going to pause the camera, I'm going to go find some penetrating oil, put it back here on these bolts, and I'll show you exactly where they're at. Okay, it seemed like a 18mm fit those the best, and there's going to be 4 of them, 2 up top and then 2 on the bottom. We're fixing to see how bad they are. Normally I have a little cheater pipe with me. I'm going to try the wrench and just see how bad this might be. That was loose. Now when I put all this back in, I will use a torque wrench. You have to be careful here. You have the ABS and the, I'm not sure what that sensor there is. Okay, that one's busted loose. This is the one that's by that cable. Being really careful. Now we're going to move to the 2 on the bottom. Let's go ahead and do the easy one first. Okay, I did get these busted loose. Now, I slipped on this one over here and my arm went down and scraped against these sharp edges, and I got a good little cut on my arm now. But no pain, no gain, right? Just be aware that that right there is sharp. Okay, enough being a baby. Let's finish taking these nuts off. They really wasn't that bad. Once they pop loose, they come right off. I did take a wire brush and I hit the ends of the bolts before I try taking them off. We're just going to drop these down in here with everything else. Backyard mechanic in the dirt. Which means when you put everything back together, you gotta be extra careful, make sure everything's clean. Now I probably won't put every bit of this on video to save time. Once y'all get them broke loose, y'all know how to take them off. This one's a little bit, being a little bit more stubborn than others. All right. The washer. All right, y'all, that's loose. And I said some people say you gotta take all this loose. I think from what I'm seeing here, we're going to have to take this line here off. maybe a 12. Okay, that's gonna be a 12. So it looks like it all will come off together. Don't know how hard it's going to be to get that out of there. Now I have seen a guy take a pry bar and just pry this out. And I don't know. Okay guys, now I've got a slide hammer ordered and it should be here by Friday. But I was thinking about, well, what if, you gotta do this job and you don't have a slide hammer? And I got to looking at my rotor there and I mounted it on the axle backwards from what it come off. And I'm wondering, I tightened it up with 4 lug nuts. And I've got a plastic rubber-ended mallet that I used when I was machining, and I wonder what would happen if I just tapped on this, if it would knock this loose enough that I could get it out. I don't want to hit it too hard, but it is come out some. I think it's loose. I think what's holding it now is just some of the brake pieces. Now, some people tell you to remove all that, but I have seen them removed without it. You just gotta take a screwdriver and pry a little bit of the pieces out of your way to get your flange past them. And once you get your flange past them, it's going to come right out. So let's take this hub off, because I'm pretty sure I've got it loose. I didn't damage anything. I didn't damage this. And I'm going to tell you, in reality, these are originals. I need to replace them. And when I do, I want to do the oversized brake kit. So my calipers will be bigger and this braking surface will be bigger. So I'm trying to kind of hold off until I can get all that done. Let's take this off. Put it back here by y'all. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's out there. Because there wasn't that much play before. For one thing, the flange is still stuck to the part here. before I pull that out any further, I'm gonna get a bucket and put it underneath here in case there's fluid that comes out. That ought to catch whatever's in there. So we just busted this axle loose without a slide hammer. And what was hanging up is my axle backing plate that holds this axle in was stuck to this plate. So I tapped a little bit on the bolts. Now they're loose. Let me see if I can get y'all in here, get a close up so you see what's going on. Okay, so you can see the plate that holds the axle in is down here. And I had to separate that from this big plate here. And once I did that, all I have to do is work the corners past the emergency brake. And then this whole axle should slide out. But I do have the axle busted out. And you saw how I did it. I just put the rotor on here backwards and then gave it some hits with a rubber hammer because I didn't want to you know, mess it up. You could use a dead blow, probably work, but I'm going to work this out and see if I can't get this axle pull out of here. Now let's see if I can work this. That corner's out. Corners out. See guys, I think we pretty much, there it is. Now so far there's nothing leaking. Now it's been long I changed our rear end fluid here. That was really easier than I thought it was going to be. I really thought I was going to have that slide hammer. I got that there. I'm probably getting cardboard dirty. Let's try to pull this out. There's the axle, guys. Teeth look good. Don't see much going to drip out of there. These seals have been replaced before because I see some stuff up in there that's not supposed to be there from the factory. Looks like somebody just smeared a bunch of gunk around there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure them bearings are ready to be replaced. I gotta go get some paper towels. I'm not gonna leave that up against my truck. Let's just go ahead and move it. Okay, so you see this gray gunk? I may be wrong, but I don't think that comes from the factory like that. We're gonna have to pull this race out of here. Now that slide hammer that's coming has a tool that can reach back there and pull that out of there, but I gotta get all this gunk off of there, which it just looks like it's just gonna peel right off. I guess they thought that was gonna keep that from leaking, which it might have, because you know I haven't suffered from a rear end leak since I've had this truck. But I put the I replaced the valve in my rear end here, the breather valve, with the hose and the filter, because that right here is what was causing the thing to build pressure up and blow seals. Now that hose runs up into my tail light, and I have a filter, and so air can come in and out. You don't want a one-way filter. You want the air to be able to go in and out, so it can relieve pressure. And if it needs air, it can suck air in, and that's supposed to keep pressure off of these seals so they don't blow. So that come off real easy. I'll clean that up some more. I read nowhere anywhere about using anything up there like that. I don't think you're supposed to. Looks like that may be in crooked too. I don't know. We'll see. Let's move over here to the axle. All my splines look good on the axle. we've got a ring here that has to come off. And there's the seal. And then the bearing has to come off. Now we're hoping this backing plate's going to be okay because I want to reuse it. It don't look like it's warped. But yeah, I'm really shocked that I got that out as easy as I did. I'll reuse this ring. Got a new one of these spacers coming. New bearings, new seals, and that when you get the bearing, it comes with the race that is up in the axle here. And I'm gonna go find the old rag and I'm gonna shove up in this hole so nothing can get up in there while I'm waiting on parts to get here. But you can get this axle out and it looks like back in without removing all this stuff here. In reality, I could have kept this on there, but I really think it's safer to get it out of there so you don't break that tip. So I would definitely remove this one anyway. It was easy enough, but you can keep all your brake stuff hooked up. Okay, so I got this off and I just used a pair of skinny needle nose and a straight slot screwdriver. Come off pretty easy. I may order another one since this I know has been off at least twice, but it seems pretty strong, so I may go ahead and use it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to work on getting these off. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to try is the Dremel with the cutoff tool on it. Always rotate the glass. With that little Dremel cutting tool, it's easier to go down further without getting in your axle, a little more control, and that should be deep enough that I can take a chisel and hammer and pop that, make it break. If not, I can cut down a little bit more, and I'll do the same thing to that bearing race. I'll just cut it and take a pair of pliers and get it off there, and then the race underneath those bearings, I'll do the same way as I'm going to do this. Okay, I got a railroad spike and a hammer, and I'm going to try to break that bearing support there. There. Okay, I was over here cleaning up on this, and this inner race started sliding out. So I think I can get it out without even needing a puller. I'm gonna have both hands to do it. But yeah, it's coming out. So I've got the inner race out, or I will have, and I've got the seal, bearing retainer off of my axle. So once I clean it up some more, I'm ready to, well, and my new parts come in, I'm ready to press all that back together, and then I can reassemble everything. So far, this side turned out a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. That's a plus, right? Okay, I came back over here just to kind of see how all this made back up, and this is the seal that's on the axle, and it fits up in, you know, the hole here. And whoever did this job last time, they had silicone all around here really thick. And you know, I really don't see that that's going to prevent any kind of leaking, because it's still going to come in between here and the hole, or it's going to come out between where this seal's on the axle. More than likely this is where it will leak, because it's the weakest point down here around the axle. So I don't think putting silicone around here is going to serve any purpose at all. Now, y'all can comment in the section below if I'm wrong, but I just don't see what putting silicone out here is helping. But I did get my race out of here really easy. So it's ready to put back together. I'm just waiting on parts to get here. And they'll be here soon. So we'll get back with it later.